Hi, my name is Yin Gao and welcome to Dr. Gao's classroom. I'm a professional philosopher and I love classical Chinese poetry. I have been translating classical Chinese poetry for the last few years. I would love to share my knowledge on the subject with you. Your enjoyment is my command. I finally finished the topic on poetry and politics. Initially, I was going to do just 2 videos, one for a text poem and another for the historical context. But as it turned out, there are so much to talk about. I ended up making 7 videos, and I still feel that I haven't covered all the aspects of the topic. However, I do want to give it a break. So today, I'm going to talk about something different. Earlier this year, I got an email asking me if I have done a video on Li Bai's Chang Gan, or the Ballad of Chang Gan. Of course I haven't, and I was not planning to make one because I thought it was going to be too long. As my videos getting longer and longer, there's no reason not to make videos that people are interested. So today I'm going to translate and analyze the first of Li Bai's 2 poems in the title of Chang Gan. I'm going to translate the second poem a little later if there is enough interest. So if you have any Chinese poem that you would like me to translate and analyze, please do let me know. I'm more than happy to translate and discuss them with you. I think we are forming a small community here to exchange our appreciation of classical Chinese poetry, history, and culture. This is just so wonderful. After this video, I'm thinking about translating some love poems, starting with Wang Wei's 相思 or Missing You, a poem about missing his loved one, probably his wife, because no other woman appeared in his poetry, and he did not marry again after his wife passed away when he was only 30 years old. I'm also thinking about translating 木兰辞 or the Ballad of Mulan. This is the poem the Disney movie Mulan is based on. Let me know which one you would like to translate first. This will be great fun. I'm just so excited. So if you're new to my channel, please check out my other videos on classical Chinese poetry, philosophies, and medical literature. If you like the content of these videos, please click the like button and subscribe my channel. I also offer one-to-one online lessons on these subjects, so if you would like to read those classic texts, please contact me. Here's my email address. Now, let me give you a bit of background of Li Bai's Chang Gan. Chang Gan is the name for a particular genre of poetry from 乐府诗, or the Bureau of Music Poetry, a series of collections of folk songs compiled by the Bureau of Music at the court. There are quite a few poems have a similar title in the collection, such as Tree House, 长干曲4首 or the 4 songs of Chang Gan, and 崔国府小长干曲 or the minor song of Chang Gan. These poems are often first-person accounts telling stories of young women's life from families who make a living on a river or a lake, either by fishing or transporting and trading goods. Li Bai's poems follow this tradition using the same first-person perspective, telling a story of a young wife of a traveling merchant. Like the woman from the fishing families, the young woman's husband often had to travel over dangerous waters and away from time for long periods of time. Changgan is also the name of a neighborhood in today's Nanjing, the capital of Jiangsu province near Shanghai. Changganli, or the Changgan neighborhood, used to be a place for fishing families and merchant class. Today, this area is turned into a popular tourist resort. It is certainly not the fishing village anymore. Li Bai probably composed these 2 poems around 725 AD, when he left home from Sichuan province, traveled along the Yangtze River, and visited Nanjing, where Changgan was located. The two poems are accounts from the perspective of the young woman who lived in Changgan Li, or the Changgan neighborhood. In the first poem, she told a romantic story about how she and her husband grew up together and got married when she was 14, which was quite common at the time. When she turned 16, her husband had to travel far away to the remote areas of Sichuan, probably to buy tea and silk, because even back in the Tang Dynasty, Sichuan was already known for producing the best tea and silk in the Chinese Empire. However, there were so many dangerous waterways along the Yangtze River that her husband had to cross to and from Sichuan. They spent more time apart than together. She could not stand sitting around waiting for him to come home. So at the end of the first poem, she decided she was going to travel hundreds of miles to a port at Anhui province to meet her husband halfway. Now, let me just read the first 7 couplets to give you a taste how the poem sounds in Chinese. 妾发出覆额，折花门前剧。郎骑竹马来，绕床弄青梅。同居长干里，两小无嫌差。时事为君妇，休言未尝开。低头向岸壁，千唤不一回。15十盏眉，愿同尘与灰。长唇抱柱信，启上望夫台。The poem starts with the young wife recalling the wonderful childhood they spent together. Now, let me read the first couplet. 妾发出覆额. 妾 is a self-reference noun in classical Chinese. 发 means hair, 出 means began, 覆 means cover, 额 means forehead. This line intends to indicate her age because in ancient time, people of different ages would have different hairstyle to signal their age. Here's a picture of young girl's hairdo. 折 means break, 花 means flower, 门 means door or gate, 前 means front, 剧 means play. So the two lines read, my hair just covered my forehead, playing with a sprig of flowers by the front door. Then the young boy joined her. 郎骑竹马来，绕床弄青梅。郎 means young boy. 骑 means ride. 竹 means bamboo. 马 means horse. So 竹马 refers to the bamboo stick pretending to be a horse in their game. 来 means come. 绕 means running around. 床 means bed in modern Chinese, but it also refers to the railings around a well in classical Chinese. Since the young girl and boy were playing in front of the door, it certainly refers to the railings of a well in the front yard. Nong means play, qing means grain, mei means plum. So the two lines read, you rode by on your bamboo stick, playing with green plums around the railing of the well. Here is a modern rendering of the scene. These two lines are so popular that they were integrated into everyday language in modern Chinese in the phrase of 青梅竹马, referring to a boy and a girl who grow up together and remains as best friends, with the potential turning their friendship into a romantic relationship. So if your boyfriend or girlfriend's 青梅竹马sold up, you should be worried. 同居长干里，两小无嫌差。同 means same, 居 means live. 同居 means living at the same place. Here the place is a neighborhood. In modern Chinese, it also means living together, especially refers to lovers living together without being married. Changgan is the name of the neighborhood. Li means neighborhood. 两 means two. 小 means little ones. 无 means not. 嫌 means contempt. 猜 means suspicion. 嫌猜 refers to the mental state of being contempt and suspicious of the other. This line is also very popular and made its way into everyday language as the phrase of 两小无猜, referring to the trusting bond between young ones. So the two lines read, we both lived in the Chang Gan neighborhood. Two little ones not on guard with each other. 14为君妇，羞颜未尝开。14 means 14. 为 means to be or become. 君 means you. 妇 means married woman or wife. 羞 means shy. 颜 means face or expression. So 羞颜 refers to the shy expression of the bride when she was just married to her husband. 未尝 means never. 开 literally means open. Here it is related to 言 or expression as in the phrase of 开言, meaning smile. So we translated it as smile. So the two lines read, at 14, I became your wife. I was so shy that I never smiled at you. The next couplet recalls how shy she was at their wedding night. 低头向岸壁，千唤不一回。低 means lower, 头 means head, 向 means facing, 岸 means dark, 壁 means wall, 千 means thousand, 唤 means cow, 不 means not, 一 means once, 回 means turn around. So the two lines read, I lowered my head facing the dark wall. You called 1,000 times, but I never turned around. Then she confesses that a year later, they were deeply in love with each other. 15十盏眉，愿同尘与灰。15 means 15. 始 means start. 盏 means relax or lift. 眉 means brow. 展眉 is an expression in contrast with 皱眉 or knit one's brow, referring to a delightful expression. 愿 means willing. 同 means be together. 尘 means dust. 雨 means and. 灰 means ash. So 尘 is an abbreviation of 红尘, a Buddhist term for the secular world. So 同尘 means to live together in this world. 灰 is an abbreviation of 化灰, refers to the Buddhist practice of cremating the dead body. So 同灰 means to die together. This line means that at 15 she was willing to live and die together with her husband. So we translated this line as willing to live with you until death parts us. The translation sounds like a wedding vow, but it expresses quite accurately the meaning of the original text, although it would be a secret exchange between her and her husband, because romantic love was not supposed to be expressed openly in those days. So the two lines read, at 15, I start to lift my brow in delight, willing to live with you until death parts us. 长唇抱住信，启上望夫台. So 长 means constant, 唇 means keep in mind, 抱 means embrace or hold on to something, 柱 means pillar, 信 means faith. So 抱住信 refers to a story of a young man named Wei Sheng who had a date with his lover under a bridge. However, when he was waiting for his girlfriend to show up under the bridge, the water rose quickly. Wei Sheng did not want to break his promise, so he held on to the pillar under the bridge and was drowned. The story was recorded in Zhuangzi chapter 29. The irony is that Wei Sheng was used as a bad example to die for a trivial promise in a debate between Confucius and Dao Zhi, or Zhi the bandit. Zhi was the brother of Confucius' good friend Liu Xiahui, who was known for his virtue and integrity. One day, Confucius was talking to Liu Xiahui, saying that as a virtuous man, he should persuade his brother to give up the evil ways Zhi the bandit was conducting himself. At the time, Zhi the bandit was leading a force of 9,000 strong bandits, attacking cities and states, killing a lot of people. They even committed the crime of cannibalism. But Liu Xiahui responded by saying Zhi the bandit could not be persuaded because he was very strong and could not be defeated by force, and he was also very eloquent and could not be defeated by speech. Liu Xiahui said he was not going to visit his brother because he would only be insulted by Zhi the bandit. Confucius decided he would visit Zhi the bandit himself against Liu Xiahui's strong objection. So went Confucius and had a quite intense debate with Zhi the bandit about morality. A few days later, Confucius met Liu Xiahui, his friend, at the city wall of Lu State. Seeing Confucius' pale face and exhaustion on his face, Liu Xiahui asked, "Did you go to see Zhi?" Confucius looked up to the sky and sighed. "Yes, I burned myself with moxa sticks even though I was not sick. I ran up to a tiger and touched its head and whiskers, almost got eaten by the tiger." This is a very interesting story. I'm going to make a video about this debate one day in the future. Now, let's go back to the poem. Apparently, Li Bai did not agree with Zhi the bandit and regarding Wei Sheng as the exemplary model for faithfulness in this poem. "Qi" is a word for question, such as the phrase of 岂有此理, or how could this be right? Here it is used as a question mark, meaning how could it be just doing one thing? She is willing to do much more. Sang means climb up. Wang means gaze. Fu means husband. Tai means platform. Wang Fu Tai refers to a lookout platform often built on a high hill near a harbor where the wives of the sailors or merchants could go there to look if there is any sails approaching the harbor and wait for their husbands to come home. There are many such platforms along the Yangtze River. Here it refers to a lookout platform near the Chang Gan neighborhood. We also reverse the order of these two lines so that they read better in English, meaning that she not only went to the lookout to check on whether there are sails coming home, but also keep her chastity for her husband when he is away from home for a long time. So the two lines read, "Not just gazing from the lookout platform for your sail, I would also be as faithful as Wei Sheng. 16君远行，瞿塘滟玉堆。16 means 16. 君 means you. 远 means far away. 行 means travel. 瞿塘 is the name of a gorge of the Yangtze River. 滟玉 is the name of a reef at 瞿塘, which would submerge underwater when the tide is high, hence is extremely dangerous for the traveling boat. 堆 means reef. So the two lines read, at 16 you traveled far away, passing the dangerous reefs in 瞿塘 Gorge. 五岳不可触，猿声天上哀。五岳 means 美，不 means not, 可 means can, 触 means touch, 猿 means gibbons, 声 means sound, 天 means sky, 上 means up, I means mournful or sad. Here the character is used to describe the sad feelings when people heard the howlings of gibbons because many sailors died when their boats hit the reef at 艳玉. This is how dangerous the reef was at the time. So So the two lines read, In May those rocks cannot be touched. The gibbon's mournful house reached to the skies. 门前行迹迟，一一生绿苔。门 means gate, 前 means front, 迟 means slow. But here it refers to the situation of less and less visitors coming to her door because her husband was absent from home and people were reluctant to visit her due to concerns about her reputation and theirs. 行迹 means footprint. 一一 means one by one. 生 means grow. 绿 means rain. 苔 means moss. So the two lines read, Less and less footprints in front of my door. Little by little, the mouse grows in them. She has so few visitors that mouse start to grow on the footpath in front of her door. 苔深不能少，落叶秋风早。苔 means mouse. 深 means deep. 不 means not. 能 means can. 扫 means sweep. 落 means fall. 叶 means leaf. 秋 means autumn. 风 means wind. 早 means early. So the two lines read, Leaves began to fall in the early autumn wind. Piling up on the thick moss, it is hard to sweep away. So we reverse the order of these two lines because her husband was away. She felt the autumn seems arrive earlier than usual and the moss on the footpaths grow so thick that it was hard to sweep away the leaves from the footpaths. 八月蝴蝶黄，双飞西园草。八月 means August. 蝴蝶 means butterfly. 黄 means yellow. 蝴蝶黄 can be either interpreted as the yellow butterflies or butterflies turns yellow. A literary critic and poet of the Ming Dynasty, Yang Shen, argued that this line meant that there were more yellow butterflies during the autumn, because autumn was the season of metal or gold, refers to the metal phase of the 5-phase annual cycle. And yellow was the color of gold, hence more yellow butterfly during the autumn. These arguments certainly do not make sense today. However, because during the autumn the leaves are turning yellow, it is certainly harder for the predator to pick up the yellow butterflies, so that the yellow butterfly have more chance to survive than the butterflies of other colors. Whatever the argument is, it seems that there are more yellow butterflies during the autumn. So we just translate the 蝴蝶黄 as yellow butterflies. 双 means in pair. 飞 means fly. 西 means west. 园 means garden. 草 means grass. The two lines read, In August, yellow butterflies fly in pairs over the grass of the western garden. 感此伤妾心，作愁红颜老。感 means touched by something. But here it refers to the fact that even the butterflies paired up while she is left alone at home. So we just translate this as witness. 此 means this. 伤 means hurt. 妾 is the self-reference noun in classic Chinese. It also means concubine, but here it is used as self-reference noun. So we translate it as my. 心 means heart. 伤心 literally means hurt the heart. Since Chinese attribute the cognitive and emotive functions to the heart, so hurting someone's heart means hurting someone's feeling. So we just translate the term as hurting the feelings. 坐 means sit. 愁 means worry. 红 means red. 颜 means face or expression. 红颜 refers to the pink cheeks of a young person, hence can be interpreted as youthful look. It is also used to refer youth itself, as in here. The term is also used as a generic term for female, as in the phrase of 红颜知己, meaning a female best friend of a man. 老 means grow old. So the two lines read, witnessing this hurt my feelings, sitting and watching my youth fade away. 早晚下山巴，欲将书报家。早 means sooner, 晚 means later, 下 means sail down the stream. Sanba refers to the three regions in Sichuan covering most areas of Sichuan, so we just translated the term as Sichuan. Yu means prepare, jiang means take something, shu means letter, bao means report, jia means home. In this line, she tells her husband to prepare a letter to report once he is coming home. So we just translate the line as asking him to send a letter home. So the two lines read, sooner or later, you will be sailing down from Sichuan. Why don't you send a letter home? 相迎不道远，直至长风沙。相 means towards, 迎 means meet, 不 means not, 道 means say, 远 means far away. So 不道远 means would not say it is far away. This is how she is telling herself to travel 700 kilometers to meet her husband in Anhui province. It's not far away because she wants to meet him sooner. 直 means until, 至 means reach, 长 means long, 风 means wind, 沙 means sand. 长风沙 is the name of a place in Anhui province, which is 700 kilometers away from Nanjing, so that we just translate the name as Long Wind Sands. We also reverse the order of these two lines so that it makes sense in English. So the two lines read, I'm going to meet you in Long Wind Sands and would not mind meeting you so far from home. As we can see in this poem, the young wife told her life story of how she met her husband, when they got married, and how did they fall in love after they got married, and how much she missed him when he traveled for business far away from home. Instead of sitting at home like most of the wives, she was determined to go and meet her husband, even though it was extremely dangerous for a young woman to travel in those days. This is very unusual during the imperial time in China, when it was dangerous for a man to travel, let alone for a young woman. In my next video, I'm going to translate and analyze Mulan, or the Ballad of Mulan, or Wang Wei's love poem. Let me know which poem you prefer. In my video about the Ballad of Mulan, I'm also going to talk a bit about the historical context of the legend of Mulan. I would make a video on the second poem of Chang Gan Xing, or the Ballad of Chang Gan, if there is enough interest. So please let me know if you would like to know about the second poem. If you're new to my channel, please check out my other videos on classical Chinese poetry, philosophies, and medical literature. If you like the content of my video, please click the like button and subscribe my channel. I also offer one-to-one online lessons on these subjects. If you would like to read these classics with me, please contact me through my email. Otherwise, thanks for viewing my video, and I'll see you next time.